You look in community and you can clearly see the face of the father of my children. But let's talk about somebody I dated afterwards. I'm kind of wiped out because I've been crying. To Mariah Carey, Boys to Men. There was someone I dated afterwards who had issues with race. Now, I want you to understand two things. Love is weird, but my dad wanted to teach some very big lessons, maybe to America, how hard it is to beat that out of someone with art of war. You know, obviously the father of my kids is black. You know, we had been separated for some time. I started dating someone, Dana. Let's just say your fucking name. We were, you know, I was falling in love and everything, and he seemed all perfect, everything good. But one night we were watching something, I don't know, he said the word, and everything changed. And I looked at, there was a darkness cast over his face. And you think I would have dumped him by then. I had already moved in and everything, and but there was, it's very difficult to explain. Ignorance. You think I should have just jumped on him and beat him. Oh, that happened. That did happen once. Not at that moment, but that word was said. You know the word, African American people. And I'm looking at, I had moved in with, about somebody he saw on TV. My children are black. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dad never said anything about anyone. I had a stepfather who said shit like that. I had to listen to it. My children are black. And there was one day he said some stupid shit with my daughter who had come to visit, and in tears, and the father of my kids picked him up. Why didn't I leave? Ottawa. There were some deeper lessons. I wasn't done. I wasn't done. I should have. I did one time. Maybe it was a different, but I did jump him and beat on him physically in anger, and maybe it was because of that. I confess that. I have never put hands on anyone, but I did him. It's okay. I did my time. But I guess Dad was like, there's a deeper purpose here. Art of War, Ellen. He did apologize to the father of my children for a night when he was stupid about my daughter. In front of my daughter. He didn't say anything about her, but he started talking dumb about black people. He put my daughter in tears. Art of War. He did apologize to the father of my children. I have never put hands on a man, but I did one day jump on top of him, and pound him with my fists. I had to go in a cell. I'm not going to lie. I did, everything is off my record. Why would you say Art of War? Maybe because there was goodness in there, but there is an ignorance that is deeper, that I wanted to see if I could pound out of someone who was good to his mother and good to his father and loved his children and all that stuff. Don't speak, please. And I wanted to try to exercise it off of him. You see my frustration? My dad was in 2 wars, out of war. I could just leave and walk away, but something said, wait a minute, see if you can pound it out of him. Well, I tried that. You know, I'm not going to lie. I put hands on him at one point. I'm not going to lie. Until they probably, went into heaven and go, oh, yeah, I saw you. I've never put hands on a man, but I did. Literally, he was laying on the couch and I jumped on top of him and I put hands. Kali. Maybe I was putting hands on him because of another reason, but that's okay. I did my time in a cell, but I walked out and I had to spend 2 years going in front of a judge. I'm fine, but you know what? Because I'm Kali. I see you, baby.
Mom, I love you.
I love you too, and she loves me, and she knows. And it's like, why didn't you walk away? Well, I want to see if I could beat it out of him on a war. And I did even put hands. I did even put hands on him with fists. Maybe it was because of another reason deeper in my soul. I jumped on top of him and pounded Kali. You talked stupid about black people. And it's like, why would you walk? I don't know. Ottawa. Maybe because I saw a spark like a stupid dumbass. But there was still another. You talked about black people. Let me jump on you and pound you. I'm white, but my children are black. That is my daughter. You offended her. That it let me jump on and pound. Violence is not the answer, my friends. I could have had it on my record, but I got it. You know, I did a thing. But it was never the same. It could never be the same. It could never be the same. Art of war. So, you know, like I said, I've never put hands on a man, but I think I had a good fucking reason. You know I did if you ever see this, Dana. I put hands. They may have put me in cuffs, but I had a good fucking reason to put hands. It's all right. I walked out of a cell. I did my time for 2 years. Tried to work it out, but it was never going to be the same. He did apologize to the father of my children, but it could never be the same. Shiva is on the screen. I mourn. I hate racism. I hate it with everything in my body and my soul. But Ottawa dad, I guess maybe wanted, can you get it out of him? Other strategies. He's good to his mother and father. He's good to his children. He's even good to his ex-wife who put him down. He had it coming. He even lost sight in one eye. What is that saying? You know, because he was doing the Trump hat fucking shit, and I would have those conversations. And I have Salvador who served in the military. Why do I, you know, and I had cut off from even affection. Let's just be friends. Friend zone it. Can I get it out of him? I know it's hard. Say you know, because, you know, you love someone and then you have idea, you know, you have weird things about, let me see if I can beat it out of you. You know, I'd love to save you from that. Ding, ding, here goes the phone. My daughter knows. And I know why would she say, let me see if I can get it out of him. I would love to save him from, because it's a demon if you judge another person. But yes, I will admit, I jumped on top once and I pounded. I had had a little to drink. I will admit that. But maybe I was just upset. I will confess that. I was upset. You offended my daughter, who is black. But I wanted to see, can I, because there are still good qualities, can I save him from the ignorance that is racism? Because it's a demon. Stupidly. You know, so I know my children don't like him, but I wanted to see if I could, many conversations, I cut off from everything, any kind of affection. But the Trump thing was so insidious. I did have a final conversation with him very recently. He said he woke up and he said he's unhooked. That is what he claims. Notice I'm very serious. I have very little emotion. I have none. Because my children are sacred. You know, even about the immigrants, when my nephew served in the military, my dad is out of war. See, when you're out of war, you can't have emotion. You know, when the father of my kids died, as you could see, we look pretty fucking happy. I was like, I'm moving out. I'm going to be with my daughter, and I fucking moved out, and well, that's too bad, fucking bad, and I got my daughter because she comes first. You know, he after he apologized, he never said anything about black people again. But there was still stupid stuff about immigrants, and then Trump came and fucking. You see my anger? I'm trying to be calm. I'm warned from crying, listening to Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men. And I'm warned from the ignorance that is racism. There is good qualities, but I know it's a possession as far as I'm concerned. I wanted to exercise. I threw every out of war strategy I possibly could. I'm real good at it. Any of the people I read for know I'm pretty fucking good at out of war. My dad taught me. He trained me in chess. My final conversation was recent, even after him losing sight in an eye, which it's better to, lose sight in an eye than be cast into hell. Even given a message from his own mother, who does not, of course, I know his parents he loves, and he loves his own children and various things. He still had residue, you could say. Well, I just believe immigrants, they should come over legal. Shut up about the immigrants. You should shut up. You're lucky you're not in hell. My dad still, because of his mother, who loves him, was like, he'll be spared, you could say, because she's probably begging at the feet, the cross, please. I know he's stupid, but he's my son. And that's the only reason. He's got residue, is what my father said. He has residue, but I will never see him again. I awarded enough, my friends. The nightmare before Christmas, as I call it, Christmas Eve, when he was just, he'd rather look at his phone and look at shit about Trump than watch a movie with me. And it just, I was done. I have not seen him since. But, my dad was like, I'll award this, see if you could pound it out. I tried every which way. And I'm exhausted. You see how tired and, crying even over listening to Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, the Central Park 5, and all the fucking bullshit. And my children are black. He never talked shit about black people again, but there was still that immigrant shit. Oh, there's just so many Mexican restaurants. What's the fucking problem? We ate Mexican food, though. That's the funny thing. I went cold. But something said, just let me, I still, there was something in there I loved. I want you to understand. But there was something dark that I wanted to exercise. Did I win? I would say there's residue, but I will never be with him again. We have to live separate lives. I'm that cold. I got real fucking cold. I friend zoned him for about 5 years. He would be like, kiss me and touch me. No. Because the Trump thing made me not want to even be affectionate. I look like hell. War is hell. Because I know there is good redeeming qualities. Love the parents. Love children. even respect the ex-wife, but could not 100% drop it all, even in the final conversation, even when losing an eye, even when spared to hell doesn't seem to appreciate the energy I tried to put forth, even make it a YouTube video breaking down the whole fucking thing. Doesn't get it. Apparently maybe spared. But if it continues to watch Trump shit and worship it, the golden calf, then fucking I lost. But I tried. My voice is different. My eyes are tired. Do I love him? Not the way I did in the very beginning, before it all got weird and dark. Because I guess you just, there's something like when I do love you at your core, I see goodness, but you have that thing, and I have black children, and I have a Hispanic nephew in the military, and that really bothers me. I want to pound it, I want to exercise it, and I've been able to do some really cool things with, say, Reiki or healing. He didn't want to hear about my spirituality. It's strange because, Jesus is the one who wants to save him. But my dad said there's residue, Ellen. He loves his mom, he loves his dad, and his mom is screaming, please drop it, you fucking idiot. You don't want to go to hell with, not like an immigrant, and let it go. His mom, and I'm saying your mom is even here going, stop. And he's like, you offend me, accusing me. Excuse me, nobody's trying to offend you. You are the one talking about immigrants. You offended my child, my daughter. You did apologize to the father. Oh, thank you, God. That's our saving grace, because, the father might have come over and jumped. But I was the one who did it. I will confess to you all. I did jump on top of him and pound. I was cuffed and put in a cell. That's okay. Luckily, I'm fine. The mother of the child. Well, you shouldn't have opened your big fucking mouth. I may have had to walk 2 years. Okay, and everything's fine. But it was never the same. It's never the same once you say offensive things. But I guess, like I said, Dad out of war. I still saw good qualities. I wanted to out of war it out of him and teach him. Because I was like, maybe meeting someone like me, I was meant to teach lessons so he would drop it. I did have that higher purpose. Oh God, why did you? I know. I did have that in me, that higher purpose. I guess to maybe even make a video. And in the end, even after losing an eye, he can't see out of one eye. And read the scriptures, friends. Even after I cut affection for 5 years. And he'd be like, why don't you hug me? Let's just be friends. Even after all that. Even after the nightmare before Christmas, Christmas Eve, when he was looking at that Trump shit. I don't know. Everything changed, my friends. You see this face? This doesn't look very friendly. It's cold. But I'm no narcissist. You guys know me. I love. I love so much that I want to help, save him from that which has possessed him. Ignorance. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to lose anybody to ignorance. But even after all the art of war, my dad taught me, do you still see residue? And I'm like, yes, I do. Even after all that. Even after he had to apologize to the father, which he did. But it was never the same. That's true. There were still redeeming qualities, but it just never was the same. And it got worse. And then I cut off. And then he kept coming back. I want to talk. I want to talk. It's not this. I don't want to talk to you. And then I felt bad. Oh, I know he made love. But do you know me? What do you love? That you keep coming back trying to talk to me. I looked like hell, war is hell. It was a battle. He kept coming, and I just smacked back. I don't want to talk to you. All right, ignore this, that. He started even messaging my son, bothering my son, asking how I'm doing every day. And my son who is black, but light skinned, but still black, would be like, Mom, he misses you. He won't stop messaging me. That's funny. You're messaging my black son, and I've cut you off because you couldn't drop the red hat, motherfucker. My black son, you're pleading with him to talk to the mother. You want the love of the mother through the son. But I won't talk to you because you were ridiculous on Christmas Eve. You wanted to look at Trump after I made you dinner and tried to be nice and and you wouldn't drop it. And I finally said, oh, fuck it. And a couple times I tried to reach out and just still wanted to hold on to the red fucking hat. How do I resolve this, Dad? It is a tough one. My dad basically said, at least in my thing, when I'm talking to the wolf, because I did write an email. Oh, maybe I'll give I should public. No, actually, let me see if I can find the email. I would love to read it to you. Because my dad's spirit, let me see if I can pull it up. But my dad's spirit, helped me write it. Because I wouldn't speak to him. And yeah, here it come. Let me read the email. Let me embarrass it. And I said, I will ask one question, and this will determine if I speak to you again. I do my best writing to take down the idiocy of Trump and hopefully educate the masses. Their kids are in danger of TikTok because it can cause them to go off themselves. I'm sorry. I know what it does, and it's the enemy's app thanks to knowing Zen and shit. You are not real smart about shit, but you got demons in your eyes when looking at folks thinking you knew something, and you got ugly and were total hypnotized idiot. Racism in all forms is disgusting, and no real man would be that. Immigrants are people, too, with families and lives. Putting families in cages like animals. He did have to do a day because of drink driving. You can barely stand a day or two. How does a family feel or when their children are taken and they don't know where, right? And you talk shit about them. Now then, of course, supporting the idiot loudmouth who is willing to call for violence just to save himself because he got caught paying $130K for a porn star. He wants folks to overthrow the government when it's a misdemeanor because his punk ass doesn't want to go down for something he did. And he did worse. He instigated an insurrection. You could see my dad's spirit help me write. When you talked your shit, my dad who died served at 19 in World War II. I did a theater in India Air Force and then went to Korea. Had a wife and son. I don't know where my bro is. I have a brother. I don't know. Then met my mom. I'm born in 1969. Your stupid fucking ass would not drop your fucking idiocy, no matter how many times I tried to talk. Sense, because my dad fought for freedom for all Americans and would have never voted for Trump. He is trash. An insurrection to overthrow our government when Biden was elected fairly. Fucking don't you dare. You disgust me. You daren't even support that. CUNT. I had his flag put in my hands at 13 years old. And he looked at you through my eyes like, fucking why you listen to this idiot girl? You are half Irish and I'm your dad. Put that fucker down and end it. Yes, sir, I should have. But I was hoping you would wake up and smell the coffee, but you're fucking idiotic and were hypnotized. I was hopeful you could be kind, but then the scummy evil would raise its ugly head and make me want to whip it hard. But then also on Christmas Eve, you did this weird dating shit. He was on some dumb dating side. I don't care. I was friends. And looked at that C word, Trump, who I want to, who makes me want to puke. And my dad wants to grab your phone and smash it himself. He is done 2 wars and you support that fucking evil, disgusting Trump thing in front of his daughter who is writing, trying to educate folks how evil he is. You willing to change? That's in quotes. You willing? I said, did you get your head out of your ass yet? Or are you still believing you are better than fuckers? Because you were not in this one. I got all caps. Not better. All men and women were created equal. And in this country, freedom is for all and not just white fucking Proud Boys. And it is for all. And I'm fucking finished if you still believe that any human being is worthless than you in this country because of race, creed, color, sexual preference, or gender. Have you changed? Because if you have not, done. If that evil is gone from your soul, I'll talk. If you are faking it, I'll know if you support that C, my dad likes to say that word, Trump or anyone else like it. 2 war veteran daughter here. Yes, sir, all caps. I am that. Speaking to my dad, not you. I put in parentheses. And Trump is Bone Spurs, who was too chicken to serve and too chicken to do some time for his crime. A bitch. Oh, wait. Ellen. That my dad helped me write that. Do you feel the fire of my father who was in the Air Force? And he claimed he woke up. But even when I did talk to him, he still wanted to talk about immigrants. Well, I just want them to come over legally. You offended everybody with your trash. Me to the point where I'm finished. So yes, I wanted to try to art a war because I saw goodness. Like, a lot of times, some of you empaths see in the narcissist, you see some goodness and you want to try to get to the goodness and remove the badness. Don't waste your time, ladies. It wasn't a total waste of time, though, because I needed to demonstrate to the masses how fucking hard it is and how I felt. And my dad, through his eyes, fucking put it down. Well, I will never be with him again, of course. I had cut him off and friend-zoned him for 5 fucking years. And I will never see him again. Now, he, saved by grace, somehow, like Dad said, there's residue. Unless he starts looking at Trump and starts worshiping it, I have no control over that. He's out of my life. Trump built walls. He did. I would prefer there is no wall. I would prefer tear down that wall, like Reagan said. But, you believe what you want to believe, I guess. I guess I'm not an ignorant fucking person. Maybe I was ignorant that I wanted to try to exercise something negative off somebody that had decent qualities. But fuck, if he want to hold on to, you're fucking, you don't even see, you were spared hell. I hope he was, Dad. But, art of war, fucking the best of the best. My dad taught me chess and all kinds of... I'm trying to art a war that, to fucking free him from whatever darkness. But fuck it. The only way I got to free myself of it. I'm done. And I'm happy with my cats and my children. So, yeah, I guess a bigger lesson Dad wanted to demonstrate you is fucking hard. I don't want to put him down. Though I did, I will confess. I did at one time get real bad. Okay. My art of war is tricky. But even more, Jesus has the best art of war. I don't want to put anybody down, white, black, or anything, of course. I will never be with him again. I did enough out of war. I'm exhausted. And I'm really exhausted trying to enlighten the masses on something that should be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal in the eyes of God. To the point that my poor family is worried about my soul. And I'm like, oh, I'm worried about the country. But I love you guys so much that I ought to war some shit. Even to the point I'll jump on somebody and, I admit I'm fucking ruthless. I'm freaking Kali on steroids. I wasn't kidding, kids. You know I love you. My kids know I love them. And Tonze, though, is he my twin flame? I don't know. I was told at the psychic fair I have not met my twin flame yet. Maybe I do or don't have a twin flame. Or maybe it don't matter to me. I don't give a shit. I just want you, America, to wake up. I want you, America, to wake up. No matter race or sexual preference or gender or any bullshit. And also, when it comes to abortion, fucking stay out of it. Leave people alone. There's a lot of pain in my life. You see my face? I don't even have fucking makeup on. I'm coming to you real rotten bare. I mean, I know Jesus has got me. Thank you, God. I want you to be saved too. But I've known that anger. I'm white skinned, but my kids are black. I will confess, I lost my temper. One night I lost my temper. Can you blame me? Can you blame me for, I know self-importance, not to be offended. But then there is defending your children. I don't want to put hands ever again, of course. I want a peaceful way. I just want peace. The best thing with him, I'm done. Yes. Let's just be peaceful. Let's make up. Let's shake hands. Let's be friends, and let's stop the nonsense. Okay? I can't. I'm sickened when I look and I see the ignorance that people have. It to the point where, I did love someone, but I have to kick them out of my life because all the art of war, I'm done. Dad, I know. My dad, it's kind of funny, he's dark Irish. He's not a redheaded Irish. He's dark-skinned Irish, but he's not racist. Fought 2 wars. He knows everybody. He fought for everybody's rights. No exclusions. No exclusions. He did not do 2 wars just for some of you. He did it for everyone. Don't let him down. And Elton John, I know. I went to his profile and I said, don't send him to Mars. Please listen to Little Ryan. I know your frustration. You see, I'm soft on one end, and then I'm Mars and Scorpio on another, and I get it. But I still want America to wake up, and just from this nightmare, it's a 300-year nightmare probably. I want my children to be able to be in a world where they do not have to see this ignorance and ugliness to the point it would make their mother go, oh, shit. And I know my kids are, oh, God, if you've only seen what I see through my eyes. I guess I'm just not an ignorant person. I'm a Kali. I know Tiana's like, yeah, I know you're a Kali. You're so crazy. You're a little too overprotective. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let's have that spirit. Protect your children, but let's not take shit out on each other. All life is sacred, no matter the color. Have a good one, America.